Good evening. Welcome to LettiSpeaks. So tonight we're going to go ahead and do a quick reading. So welcome. We're going to go ahead and jump into this spread. I would ask that if you are stopping by, make sure you hit the like button. You could also share, comment if you feel led, and if you are new, don't hesitate if you are liking what you are feeling on this page. Make sure that you subscribe. Hit the bell so you'll be notified when new content comes out. Tonight we're just going to kind of leave it open and delve in and see what comes out. I'm manifesting that this will make it to who needs to see it. Tapping into the energies. Alrighty, so let's take a look. So we have the altar, princess, circuitous, route, the spiral dancer, the word lord, and the horse king. And so taking a look at these cards, this definitely feels like some type of process, especially with the altar princess. This really feels like creating something or preparing something, starting something, and being in the process of that, and how it is that you are viewing what it is that you're creating between the altar princess and the spiral dancer. This could be some level of communication that you do that receives some type of recognition and warns against any type of deception or dishonesty. You could also be receiving a level of assistance with the horse king around this need for discipline or control. I definitely feel the element of manifestation, or I'm also hearing magic. This feels very magical to me. So does the altar princess. And so there could be a level of manifestation, connecting with spirit, working with spirit, co-creating with spirit also. That could be part of the assistance coming in. And I do feel like there could be a level of wordplay here, whether it's writing, speaking. It could even be other forms of communication. It could be through art as well. And it could very well be through body language too. And so for whoever this is applying to, there could be a level of help coming in. This could be in the form of someone who trains in some type of way, a coach or a mentor or something of that sort. I do sense a level of help coming in here. I'm going to put those up here. See if we can't go ahead and move into the tarot. Let's just do this. I'll leave that there. And tonight we are going to be using a deck that I've had for a while that I pulled back out. I kind of forgot that I had it, and when I pulled it back out, I loved it so much. I said, oh, I'm definitely doing my next reading with this deck. The images are very beautiful. It actually has the images around the animal kingdom. And so you'll find many of the pictures will be around animals when it comes to certain suits in this deck. And I think actually it's the major arcana that's pitted around animals. I think one of the featured animals is the cats. And so let's take a look and see what this energy is coming out here tonight. Give us a little bit of energy, a little bit of information, some feeling, some specifics around this energy coming out tonight. It definitely feels like there's something underway, something being processed. That something could be you. It could be something that you're working on. I got a heavy level of communication coming through, and that being used as a tool of some kind. Lots of integrity around the communication as well. And then a level of help coming in some type of way. It could be like a trainer of some kind, a mentor, a coach. Could be a teacher. There's some level of guidance here or assistance coming in. And so we're going to go ahead and jump into the tarot. Get a little more information here. All right, give us one card here, Spirit. Just one card. All right, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. And I feel like this is actually the current energy that is prevalent here. The Nine of Swords. Okay, and with the Nine of Swords, that almost feels like right now you are definitely in the energy of being in your head. Swords does talk about mental energy. The Nine actually is almost to a completion. This could be something that you're working through, a lesson, a habit that you're working out of. It almost feels like right now there is something that could be being expected of you. It's almost like expecting something bad to happen, expecting the worst. But with the nines do talk about coming out, right? It's an ending approaching and a new beginning coming in. And so you could be very well ending a cycle around being in your head, feeling like you're being tested. I almost feel like you feel like somebody is testing your gangster, right? And you are in the energy of anticipation. And it's almost like you are daring somebody to come and start something with you. This could also talk about like hidden enemies. You almost feel like the energy of negativity or deceit around you, but you can't really put your hand on it. You can't really say for sure because it's a hidden enemy. It could also be a level of deception with who you're around. And so this could be lending you an opportunity to practice peace, to practice the pause. You could be using this as an opportunity to find your grounding, to not put so much focus on what's happening around you, even though it may very well be something very deceptive. I feel like you are definitely pulling your power back to you, possibly even moving your attention away from the outside external circumstances and pulling in a new start for yourself. That's what it feels like. And so though the Nine of Swords specify like a trying time, I feel like you're actually transmuting that energy in your favor, in your benefit. Let's see. I almost feel like this could be something around where you work. Whatever it is, it could be something that you're definitely intent on moving away from. And really claiming your space and setting good boundaries as well. This could be, it almost feels like something necessary for your growth as well. And so this cycle could very well be on purpose and helping you to practice even your social skills for someone. And so this is actually serving for your good, serving a higher purpose. And then we have the Empress. I feel like the Empress comes in as a challenge. It comes in as a challenge because this energy of you really setting good boundaries and pulling away from anything that might represent like deception or deceit or confusion or trying to pull you into that energy. The Empress actually is a very fertile, attractive energy. So though you may be trying to step away, you're also attracting. It's almost like you can't even step away because you're so attractive and pulling things and people towards you. It represents, the Empress really is this very fertile energy and this very intuitive energy as well. As you can see, the feather. Did I show you guys this card? The feather hanging on the third eye of the horse, pointing to the third eye. You could be someone who is close right now to your child, your daughter, your son. There's like a bonding happening, or people may actually see you in this mother-like way as well. This is really very strong, feminine, progressive energy. Very influential feminine energy as well. Very abundant. Very assertive and motivating when it comes to those around you. Very leadership oriented energy. There is a level of balance here. Practical, decisive energy. And so this comes in as a challenge because I feel like there's so many beautiful things about you that you are, while you are probably trying to move away from this very challenging energy, there is such a heavy level of attraction that you carry, right? It's hard to move away because you're pulling so hard spiritually, energetically. I feel like you could be someone who has people, whenever you kind of step away, people are looking for you, or they're asking around about you. You're definitely someone who's missed when you're not there in the crowd. Your energy, your presence is missed. I also feel like the Empress stands as a challenge because this energy is so, it feels very beautiful, very soft, very inviting. People may mistake that energy for weakness, not understanding that there's intuition backing that and a level of strength as well. Just because you carry that energy doesn't mean that you're weak or gullible. It's actually the very opposite. Not only do you have a sense of intuition and a knowing, about what's going on around you, I feel like you could definitely have a spirit team as well. Angels, guides, ancestors who's watching out for you. And if for any reason there is someone that comes in with ill intention, there is a reaction to that, not necessarily by you, but by your spirit team. And so what looks like an inviting piece of candy is not that. It ends up being like a trap, is what it ends up being. And then this comes in as a challenge because that actually ends up being like a tower moment for people, an awakening moment, as a result of having to learn the lesson. It also ends up being a transformative moment. I feel like many people that get involved with you, many people whose energy interacts with yours, there is a transformation that takes place. And that is not always fun. Transformation isn't always fun. It's definitely hard work. It's something that requires a deep level of change and awakening and realization. People use that word awakening very lightly, and many times because it's used in such a highlighted way, there's usually not a lot of emphasis on the work behind that and the sacrifice behind that. Wherever there's a transformation, usually there's pain involved in that. Just imagine the butterfly, transforming from the caterpillar. There's a painful process there. There is actually an evolution taking place. There's one creature that's literally transforming physically into a whole nother creature. And so there's a breaking down of what is and then a rebuilding into something new. That's a painful process. A lot of people don't realize or share many times. Maybe they do, I don't know. But there's a sacrifice of leaving something behind, leaving behind what you once were. And so I feel like that comes in as a challenge because for many people, bringing this level of interaction into others' lives, not everybody would possibly think that that's something to brag about, placing people in this very painful position. Even though it's beneficial, at the end of the day, it ends up being very painful, hard work. Even though they may come back around and say, I'm glad I did it, it wasn't fun. But yeah, that's the energy that I'm seeing. Why this Empress is stepping in as a challenge. It's a very beautiful energy, but it comes with a mission. It comes with purpose. Let's see. Okay. And I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, so this Seven of Pentacles is definitely representative of your aspirations right now. It feels very pressed. Like there's something that is being focused on very intently, something that is a lot of hard work is being poured into it. Also something very progressive as well. It does have to do with wealth. The Pentacles talk about wealth and success as well. I do feel like it represents something that you're very passionate about, something that you don't take lightly. You take it very seriously. And this is something that is connected to you on a very core level. Something that would actually align with your purpose for in this lifetime. I feel like this is also something that is connected with your intuition. It could be some form of spiritual work. I feel like for some of you, this could also have to do with a counterpart, a connection, a love. Right now, this feels like this is where your efforts and your focus are being poured out right now. It's very focused in on creating wealth and tapping into your purpose and aligning with the highest calling of your life. And I feel like that's very enjoyable as well. Yeah, this is something that you are enjoying. It's almost like an endeavor that's allowing you to even explore yourself on a deeper level. This is something that you have discovered about yourself in a deeper way. Whatever this is has caused you to be more balanced and understand yourself more. There's things about yourself that you didn't know before you even really started to delve into whatever this passion is that you're focused on and investing in. It's beautiful because this is very rooted in you. And so it's almost like you're investing in yourself. That's why it's so abundant. And it's abundant, not just wealth wise, but even down to a soul level. There's a level of abundance that's being poured out here. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes to your intuition and connecting that to your passions and this level of building wealth and pouring in all this hard work, like this could definitely be you moving towards something like a life calling. This feels like something very deep and grounded, something that you possibly have been moving towards or waiting to find your whole life, and finally finding it and just being so elated about it and willing to actually give everything, even move away, to pursue this. Move away from other things that you've known to pursue this. I feel like this is where your aspirations are right now. I also pulled out the Judgment. It feels like this is what Spirit is wanting you to really hone in on. This is what needs to be awakened within you. And more of that really not taking no mess type of energy, decisive energy. See the look on the cat's face? This is like getting down to the nitty gritty, not playing around. And not to say that you can't have fun, but it's to say that, like, it's to understand the depth and the seriousness of what this is. And even in this card, I'm seeing this cat is, looks like he's reading tarot. You see the tarot cards? So Spirit may be wanting you to understand, like, the seriousness of this spiritual work that you are doing. And really understanding how your perception and how your conduct, your tone, your judgments towards others is sometimes a bit harsh, possibly unkind, if that resonates. This could also be like the energy around awakening or some type of rejuvenation or promotion. You could be receiving some type of promotion if you do spiritual work, or if you are like a reader, an energy reader of some kind. This could be bringing in a next level of understanding, a next level of assignment, or it just feels really serious for me. This is also, again, holding your ground, holding your position, and not letting anyone come in and take advantage of you. Understanding what it is that you have and what you hold and the seriousness of it, and not letting anyone come in and, use you in any type of way. There's a need to be very aware, very sharp, very guided, very attentive. Not that you won't be able to, enjoy this, but I feel like first and foremost, Spirit is really pointing to the need to understand the seriousness of what you have. For someone, this could also be if you are in a position where you are unfairly being dealt with. Spirit is wanting you to know that justice will be served moving forward in the long run. And for a small group of you, this could even point to you being in a position of judging as well. Possibly even ushering out, justice in certain cases. Now, overall, the energy that I get here, what's being awakened or what needs to be awakened is this energy as it pertains to, for some of you, family. This energy as it pertains to your dealings with others, with people, with your connections, and even as far as how people are viewing you, right? Understanding how all of that ties into this responsibility that you have. Because I feel like for whoever you are, and this could be resonating differently for those watching it, but for whoever you are in particular, I feel like, again, you're very attractive physically and energetically and spiritually as well. And so there is a need to set a precedence around who you are, so that people don't feel like they can just come in and take advantage or use you, for whatever it is that they need, or there's a lack of understanding of what it is that you're doing and what you stand for, right? And so this is what needs to be awakened. This energy of the lion is what I'm hearing. It's time to awaken the lion. Let's keep going. All right. So we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands. Now, with the 10 of Wands, I feel like this is what is no longer, like what you've already worked through. And this could represent taking on more than you can handle. You possibly have learned lessons around being balanced, definitely learning how to say no when you don't want to do something. This is around being balanced, Not using your power foolishly or selfishly. I feel like you have learned lessons about the importance and the understanding of the purpose behind power. This could also be around acquiring skills around conflict resolution and being able to balance as you are meeting deadlines, not overdoing it, not working till you just drop dead tired. It's balancing all those things that help you to maintain a certain level of position. Yeah, what is behind you? I feel like you have most definitely learned how to walk away without feeling guilty. Like, you don't even think twice about walking away if it don't serve you, if it feels some type of way, if it feels funny, flaky, flimsy, phony. You're walking away. You're turning your back to it. And you don't feel guilty about it anymore. You have really learned valuable lessons and really stepped into your power. And I feel like you feel really comfortable standing in your truth and choosing yourself. And so those are things, those type of lessons and trials are things that you're leaving behind. Those are things that you've already accomplished and defeated with the Ten of Wands. Talks about an ending of those types of things. And now you're stepping into a greater realm of your existence. You're understanding like what is available to you, what potentials lie before you. I feel like you're understanding now about not having to feel like you have to stay small, like the world is your oyster, the world's your playground. And I feel like you're allowing yourself to grow into that capacity of searching and being present in the world, not just this little small corner. And so you're leaving behind limits. You're leaving behind keeping yourself small to keep other people happy. And right now, you could also be leaving behind being indecisive or having to feel like you're pressured to make certain decisions. I feel like you freed yourself from being cornered or feeling like you're limited in some type of way. Those are energies of the past that no longer entertain you, no longer serve you. I love it. Yeah, that could have been things that you struggled with, like people pleasing and feeling like you have to save everybody. You could have suffered with hero complex or savior complex, where you felt like you had to be the answer and the savior for everybody. I don't feel like that's you anymore. Interesting. Very interesting. But as you move forward, you're stepping into this tower. Now, a lot of people get a little scared when they see the tower, But the tower is not anything to be scared of. This really is, if you really understand what the tower comes to bring, what it comes to do, like, it's not anything to be afraid of. And so this tower actually is coming possibly as you're moving forward. I feel like it represents spirit, really facing destruction. And that destruction represents change. A complete and overall change. And a complete abandonment to past relationships and past things, even, unexpected events, or even terminations or adversity, things that will come in and keep you like on the edge of your seat or walking on eggshells. Anything that would come in and represent instability. Whether that's money, whether that's love, whether that's balance and stability in your life overall, whether it's family dealings, all of that is being shaken up so that new foundations, unshakable foundations can be planted, can be built. And that may mean, wiping away things that you didn't even realize kept you unstable and unbalanced, kept you always second guessing yourself, or feeling like you need someone else to be happy or to make it. That comes in many different types of ways, And so this tower that's coming towards you in the future is that type of change coming in. And for many of you, you may have already entered into this process where things are changing, things are being torn down. It sounds very destructive and massive, but it could also be very subtle, and it could be a long-term process underway. And so, but your future looks very different, and it holds victory and success for you. Yeah. And you may be tempted to worry about what this looks like, because when we talk about destruction, that word sounds very destructive. It sounds very damaging. It sounds very violent and eruptive. But it's looking at the purpose behind it, right? When you go into demolish a building because you're about to build a whole new building, everything's gonna be new. It's understanding what's happening and why it's happening, right? Especially if it's an old building that they have found is unstable and unsafe, like it could collapse at any moment. So people can't go in there anymore because it's been marked as not safe. And so when you understand that what it is that's currently standing or in operation in life it's dangerous, right? It may actually be causing damage to people instead of helping people and uplifting people. It could be something that we're carrying that is really not helpful, not to us or anyone else. Or maybe we have attachments to people who keep us in a very low vibrational energy, and because of that, we tend to be a little insecure and feeling like there's always something wrong, and so it could be a plethora of things. But Spirit is saying, I'm pulling you out of that. Okay? I'm pulling you out of that because I have something so much better for you. Right? It's time for you to walk with your head upright and sit up high on your throne with your crown on your head. It's time for you to ride on your high horse and understand the value of what it is that you carry, that it shouldn't be just given away, right? First is for you. And then when it's overflowing, I've given you the overflow to share with others. But this is not for you to allow people to come in and abuse. You have to guard what you have. And when I come in, Spirit says, and rebuild your walls. When I come in and rebuild the foundations and create something beautiful and stable, and it's to understand the cost behind that. Listen, after you pay for something, you won't be so, free with it. That's a lesson that many of the kids have to learn once they start working. As long as mom and dad are paying for everything and buying tissue and buying soap, and paying for the gas and paying for the food, right? It's hard to value that. It's hard to understand the sacrifice behind having to go out and work for it. Now, when they go out and get a job and now they're paying their own bills or having to pay for their own things, it hit a little bit different, don't it? Just a little bit. And so the tower represents that. Yes, it may cost something, right? But at the end of the day, you're going to value it so much more. And you're going to think twice before you allow somebody to come in and just treat it any kind of way or do whatever you want with it, right? It's to understand the value of what it is that you have. And so there's no need to be worried, because when it's all said and done, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, okay? And so the tower is what's approaching you. But it's going to bring something so beautiful, so strong, so worthy, and so worth it. Let's go ahead and end this off. I'm going to pull a couple of more cards, and we're going to go ahead and say good night. And then lastly, we have the Queen of Swords. And so with the Queen of Swords, so this is air energy. I feel like this is very strong mental power. And being that it's a queen, right, it's kind of that strong mental power is intermingled with the emotionality, right, of the queen. And I do feel like there's this sharp, quick-witted energy, very perceptive, and someone who is very aware and in tune, maybe even a little bit controlling, but it's balanced out with the cups as the queen, and so it's actually working for her. It's working for you to be this way. And this is actually what will be the Queen of Swords. This is what will be. So for someone, I feel like you're in this process where you are becoming this very powerful, perceptive, intuitive, helpful, supportive. It really does feel like a force to be reckoned with. Very fertile. And I feel like this is a heavy level of spirituality too. At the top, we did talk about, when we're looking at the oracle cards, we're talking about something coming into being. Yeah, something being processed, or someone being processed. Remember, we said that could even be you. You could be the one being processed. There's a level of help, has something to do with word or some level of communication. And there is this co-creating with spirit in some type of way, and also some level of assistance or coaching or guiding or teaching over you too. And so it says that this is what's coming to be. The Queen of Swords. I find it very interesting that the crows are actually representing, because the crows are very perceptive, very observant, even territorial. They're very sovereign beings. And also, they carry a level of some of the traits that they have can be very human-like. When you really look at them and study them, birds are very fascinating creatures, and so I feel like this is the energy that you're stepping into. Now, this has a heavy level of Empress energy, which brings this very compassionate, intuitive, receptive energy. It's almost like a mother-like quality, which definitely aligns with this queen and balances out that very hard and forceful energy, that very quipped energy. It's a nice rounding off of that energy, right? Adds a lot of balance to that energy. This also feels very adventurous, very faith-filled, very trusting, very connected, very open and willing as well. And then it feels very powerful and very truthful with the swords, and so this is like a force to be reckoned with. And this is what will be. This you're being formed and shaped. It's almost like all the pieces being put together in the womb, the bones and the sinew and, the tissue. Everything is being brought together to form this being, right? It feels that way here. And so whatever is happening, understand that it is happening for your good, and it's something beautiful that's worth guarding, and it's worth being open to work with, and inviting in this change and these lessons around this change that's going to help you really step into this energy that's being cultivated for you. And it's a very balanced energy, not too soft, not too hard, not too judgmental, but not too gullible either. And kind of flexible, but not a pushover. It's this very curated, balanced energy that I'm feeling here. So this is beautiful. I love this. And lastly, I just want to get a couple of oracle cards here and see if there's any advice that Spirit would give in this becoming. It's very interesting because I really do pride myself on doing readings around purpose. And more than not, I get readings like this around purpose and becoming. And so I'm going to name this Becoming because it feels very much like you are becoming a force to be reckoned with. A force to be reckoned with. We have body and soul. Number 5 is change. And this is acknowledging, that we are not just living in this fleshly temple, but we're also living in a spiritual temple. And it's actually okay to recognize both, right? It's understand the duality that is us and giving equal attention and reverence to both parts. They're both very important. And it's okay to acknowledge and find the significance in both. Some would be very spiritual and completely abandon the physical aspect. Well, that's important too. Every bit as important as the spiritual. And some would live all physical and barely give any acknowledgement to the spiritual. Well, that's a disadvantage, right? They're both equally important. So Spirit could be telling you that, like, understand that there is a spiritual aspect of your being that needs your attention, just like you have to eat every day and you have to sleep every day to take care of your physical body, right? There's certain things that you need to do every day as well to take care of your spiritual body, right? And that's what Spirit is asking you to tap into and find out. What type of things do you need to take care of in the spiritual aspect of your being? For someone, there could be a wish that you are being granted. This could be something that you actually dreamt of from a child. Spirit is saying that I haven't forgot, and neither should you, right? This is yours, and it will come to pass before this lifetime is up. Lastly, we have the royal you. You're being guided to stand in your power and your sovereignty. Okay? You've been given a level of authority, right? And it does not really necessitate you having to get instruction from anybody. The instruction lies within you, within your higher self, within your deeper sense of knowing. Yeah, within your deeper sense of knowing. Spirit wants you to understand that and stand in it, in your truth. Stand in your power, what feels right within you, without having to look around and ask anybody, is it right? What feels right within you? What is it that you know without having anyone to tell you? It's time to search those things and pull those things out and bring them out into your reality. That is your truth. That is your power. Yes. So that's the message for today. Thank you for stopping by. I hope this resonated for someone who needed to hear this. I am manifesting that it reaches whoever it's meant for. My name is Letty. Please like, share, comment if you feel led. That does help to get the word out. Maybe there's someone that needs to see this. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. If you do, hit the bell so that you'll be notified if I go live or post new content. In the meantime, I want you to take care of yourself. And if you need to go back again and listen to this again, if there were parts that stuck out, it's all interconnected. So go back and listen again and hear what Spirit is saying to you. This was a very beautiful message about becoming, about you stepping into your power and to your divine identity, stepping into your sovereignty. Don't take this lightly, okay? It wasn't meant to be taken that way. All right, until next time, thank you for stopping by. My name is Letty. Bye.